That's the reason why this saying has been made on men like us, that we have to practice a lot, but we are born perfect. But on the lighter side, I would like to ask you all women today, please tell me the date when we celebrate Men's Day. And we also expect that kind of appreciation. So please decide a date and tell the world that on which date we are going to celebrate the Men's Day. On this budget, it was expected that it will be a two-print budget, but it was not. So the confusion still prevails what it was. When I say it would have been populist, there would have been more sops to all middle class people, so that will increase the income in their hands, increasing the fiscal deficit, don't bother about it, and then move forward. But that has not happened because we have curtailed the discussions. I try to keep myself simple because I know the audience sitting here is not that kind of economist opinion, so I'm trying to be simple. And when I say that if it was not populist, it would have been prudent. Now I have certain observations when I say that this budget was not a prudent budget. I make a radical thought, and when India, whose demography suggests that more than 50% of the Indian population is below 30 years of age, we have the liberty and luxury to be radical. And that approach was missing in this budget. Radical thoughts, one example I would like to quote. The tradition says that you have to bother about your fiscal deficit. Because you have to bother about the ratings of the international rating agencies, because if you increase the fiscal deficit, the rating agencies will give you a hammer on part of rating and you will be in trouble. Believe me, as it was mentioned in the Indian budget, and I am happy that the Finance Minister has quoted that, India is the only country among two countries in this world who are having this much growth at the current fiscal global scenario. And if we have a luxury of being the only two countries, among one of the two countries who have a 5% plus growth, then we have the opportunity and risk-taking capacity to not to bother about fiscal deficit. I underline, not to bother about fiscal deficit. Increasing the expenditure increases the fiscal deficit. Just you increase the expenditure for another 3 years to bounce back to 8% growth. Because your inflation suggests you, it supports you to increase your fiscal deficit. There was a scenario, Dr. Swaroop will agree with me, and he must have worked with NDA. The inflation rate was 4%, 5%. But the growth was also 4 to 5%. What's this? Are we happy that we don't have money in the pocket and there is no price rise also? What we are talking about? Better, don't bother about the prices but put more money in your pocket. That's the right way to approach it. Increase the consumption. All economics students will agree with me that Keynesian economics still prevails. Just increase the consumption, there is more demand, things will be in place. Somebody will argue with me that increasing demand is not the job of the government. No, it is. Because there is always a lag between the investment made by the government and investment made by the corporate sector. Once the government comes out with the investment plans, the corporate gets the confidence that there will be sufficient demand and they are able to put money into their businesses to increase their investments. So that lag has to be first fulfilled by the government itself. And you are saying that you are bothered about fiscal deficit? Don't tell me. You are earning 100 rupees in your country and you are saving 36 rupees, keeping 36 rupees idle in your accounts. What you are bothering about in fiscal deficit? Take out that money from the household sector. That's the job of the government. Invest that money in the economy. It's better to buy at a higher price rather than not to buy at a lower price. Three important agenda points which I would like to suggest, Chidambaram sir. Somebody told here in the speech itself that the budget has been passed. So no, it has not been passed yet. So that's why we can make the suggestions still today. Please work on 3 points. 1. Increase your fiscal deficit. 2. Give deadline on GST, goods and services tax. Imply it in any case. Don't stop. And number 3, that's the most important part. You have already started transferring cash to the bank accounts. That's the direct cash subsidy you are providing to the people who need it. And what my research has made me understand that it cuts down your 40% of subsidy bill which goes on in filtration and leakage. And in India, we have that kind of luxury that if we don't do anything, if we stop that leakage, your GDP will increase by overnight 2%. Bet on this. But there was nothing in this budget which shows that what's your vision on how you are going to help on the technology, how you are going to invest in technology, how you are going to make the plans to have the financial inclusion. Everybody should participate in this growth, but ultimately they have to be included financially by having there at least a bank account. I don't know the latest number, but the last number which I read was 1.6 crores bank account. That's it. Now, how your banks will be there so that you have a bank financial inclusion? There is one, very important agency, organization in your country which can help you to come out this problem again overnight. It's a radical one. Please declare all your post offices as banks. Give the blanket permission to all of them that from tomorrow morning they will be working as banks. Believe me, only 33,000 crores of investment in technology, giving them the software of core banking, will solve their problem overnight. And where you have the excess staff, underutilization of manpower, there you will be in shortage of staff and which are required also. That's the point. Few final points when I said that we have to be very thoughtful and radical. अभी तक आपने सवाल किया होगा कि मुझे अंग्रेजी बहुत अच्छी लगती है। तो अब अगर मैं हिंदी में बात करूँगा तो आप मुझे इस बात की लिबर्टी देंगे और बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट देंगे कि ये चॉइस है मजबूरी है। खर्चा ज्यादा करो, चिंता करने की जरूरत नहीं है। ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बहुत पैसे हैं, उनको निकालने की जरूरत है। निकालने के तरीके क्या होंगे वो सरकार को पता है, हमें आपको बताने की जरूरत नहीं है। Don't look at the foreign agencies. Don't forget, भूलिए मत इस दुनिया की 2/3 आबादी, मैं फिर से रिपीट करता हूँ, इस दुनिया की 2/3 आबादी, इस आबादी का कोई सब्स्टिट्यूट भी नहीं। इस दुनिया की 2/3 आबादी जिसको आप और मैं शायद कंज्यूमर के नाम से जानते हैं, क्योंकि अब मैनेजमेंट एंड बिजनेस के स्टूडेंट्स हैं। 2/3 आबादी हिंदुस्तान और चाइना में रहती है। सिर्फ हिंदुस्तान और चाइना में, मैं अंडरलाइन कर रहा हूं, सिर्फ हिंदुस्तान और चाइना में। आप 5% ग्रोथ रेट पर हो, जो कि फॉल्स है। एक्चुअली आप 6 से 7% ग्रो कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज बहुत सारा तो रिपोर्टेड ही नहीं होता। 6% आपकी ग्रोथ है, चाइना में लगभग 8% की ग्रोथ है, 8% को जोड़ लीजिए, दैट कम्स टू 14। जिस रीजन में 14% की ग्रोथ हो और 2/3 पॉपुलेशन रहती हो, क्या उस रीजन को दुनिया की रेटिंग एजेंसी से घबराने की जरूरत है क्या? आप अपना काम करिए, दुनिया आपके पास चल के आएगी, बुलाने की जरूरत नहीं है, आना पड़ेगा। यही बिजनेस है, यही धंधा है, यही कंज्यूमर। अब मैं तो काम करता हूँ।